I have at least two problems here. One is simple. I'm not getting as much financial aid as I need. That's the immediate problem, what's right in front of me. But there's another problem for me here, and it's contained in the topic sentence. This letter is to inform you of an adjustment to the amount of your financial aid entitlement based on new regulatory guidelines defining the level of student financial need. The key part of this is new regulatory guidelines defining the level of student financial need. Now, I know I have a financial need, but apparently, according to these new guidelines, I don't. What is the message here? The message here, I think, is that the Financial Aid Office is being a lot more strict in how they define need. The reason why is explained in the next sentence. There have been a number of recent rule changes in the disbursement of financial aid benefits to students in order to encourage the enrollment of low-income students. They want to encourage the enrollment of low-income students, but I guess they mean no-income students, because if I don't qualify as low-income, that's pretty amazing. This sentence provides a detail that clarifies the main idea. It gives me an idea of why there have been changes to the guidelines defining student need to encourage students with no money to enroll. It seems like all I have to do is have a job to be disqualified from receiving aid. The next sentence seems to back up this idea. Accordingly, more scrutiny is to be given to the true financial need of students receiving financial aid. That true financial need part needles me. So the idea here seems to be that before, students were getting more financial aid than they really needed. Now, students will only get the aid they need. That's great, considering that now I won't be getting the aid I need. Great work, guys! This sentence gives me another detail that clarifies the main idea. It explains that the Financial Aid Office is lowering the benefits for some students based on a new definition of need. Major supporting details contribute directly to the main idea. Minor supporting details contribute to the major supporting details. How do you tell one from another? An example of a major supporting detail is this sentence. Because you are employed and have received an academic scholarship, the amount of your financial aid benefit has been adjusted according to the new guidelines. This detail contributes to the main idea, which is that my financial aid entitlement has changed because of new regulatory guidelines for defining student financial need. Each of the bullets in the bulleted list that follows the words, "To be specific, these adjustments were as follows," is a minor detail that contributes to the major detail, because you are employed and have received an academic scholarship, the amount of your financial aid benefit has been adjusted according to the new guidelines. To spot supporting details, I can look for signal words. The words "to be specific" in "To be specific, these adjustments were as follows" signal that what follows are minor details, in this case, specific examples of the type of adjustments imposed by the new guidelines. You can often spot supporting details by looking for certain signal words. I was reading something online the other day that showed this. Someone was writing about why The Dark Knight is the best of the Batman movies. The Dark Knight is far and away the best of the Batman movies for a lot of reasons. First, the Joker is the best villain for Batman to go up against. Second, Heath Ledger's performance as the Joker is way better than Jack Nicholson's Joker or any other Joker. Third, The Dark Knight creates a sense of events constantly escalating out of control. Finally, The Dark Knight is just one of those movies where everything comes together. I put the signal words for each major detail in boldface. Words like this are a signal that the author is providing reasons for what he believes, which is a kind of supporting detail. Typically, words that sound like the beginning of items in a list are signal words for supporting details that provide reasons or evidence for what the author is saying. Here are several other signal words like this to look out for. One, another, for one thing, for another, furthermore, additionally, in addition, and, also, besides. There are also signal words for details that provide examples. Let's say this guy's post on The Dark Knight went like this. The Dark Knight is far and away the best of the Batman movies for a lot of reasons. First, the Joker is the best villain for Batman to go up against. For example, the Penguin and the Riddler are just kind of corny and cartoonish, but the Joker can be genuinely scary. Second, Heath Ledger's performance as the Joker is way better than Jack Nicholson's Joker or any other Joker. To be specific, Ledger brings a real spirit of anarchy to the part that other actors have not. Third, The Dark Knight creates a sense of events constantly escalating out of control. That is, the Joker keeps topping himself, and things keep getting worse and worse for Gotham. Finally, The Dark Knight is just one of those movies where everything comes together. This means that The Dark Knight is that rare kind of movie where every moment works and propels the movie forward. I put the signal words for each minor supporting detail providing a specific example in boldface. When you see words like these, what follows next will probably be a supporting detail illustrating the main idea or a major detail with an example. Minor, in the term minor supporting detail, is kind of a misleading word, I think. It seems to say that these kinds of supporting details aren't that important. They actually are very important, though. In any piece of writing that is organized well, all the details support each other in contributing to the overall message or main idea. If you want to pick out the main points the author is making, you might focus only on the major details. But if you really want to understand each point, then the minor details are necessary too. Sometimes details don't really relate to anything else in a paragraph. Details like this are irrelevant. This is a detail that is probably unnecessary because it doesn't relate to the main point or support any other detail. For example, look at this paragraph. The Dark Knight is far and away the best of the Batman movies for a lot of reasons. First, the Joker is the best villain for Batman to go up against. Other superhero movies have had memorable villains. Second, Heath Ledger's performance as the Joker is way better than Jack Nicholson's Joker or any other Joker. Third, The Dark Knight creates a sense of events constantly escalating out of control. Finally, The Dark Knight is just one of those movies where everything comes together. Look at the sentence, other superhero movies have had memorable villains. Maybe so, but how does that relate to the first point the author is making here about the Joker being the best opponent for Batman? How does it relate to anything else here? It really doesn't, so it's irrelevant. In a piece of writing with a definite message, everything works together. At least that's true if the writer is doing a good job of defining his central idea and then backing it up with lots of details. An author usually starts out with a topic. A topic alone isn't enough. You have to have something to say about it, but the topic is basically the subject. You can't really write without something to write about, so The Dark Knight is an example of a possible topic. The main idea is the basic message of the piece of writing. It's the most important thing the author wants to get across about the topic. It's often stated in a topic sentence or thesis statement. The Dark Knight is far and away the best of the Batman movies for a lot of reasons. Having a topic and a main idea are not enough. The writer still has to provide reasons for the main idea. These are the major details that build on the main idea and attempt to show that it is correct. Things like, first, the Joker is the best villain for Batman to go up against, and second, Heath Ledger's performance as the Joker is way better than Jack Nicholson's Joker or any other Joker, are these kinds of details. But even having major details is often not enough. This is especially true when a piece of writing is long and complex. Details like, for example, the Penguin and the Riddler are just kind of corny and cartoonish, but the Joker can be genuinely scary, and, to be specific, Ledger brings a real spirit of anarchy to the part that other actors have not, back up and support the major details. I decide to go by the financial aid office and plead my case. I just can't believe that the new guidelines would be this unfair. I don't get very far. The woman I talked to, Wanda, doesn't know very much about the guidelines. Are you telling me there's nothing I can do about this?
The new guidelines are what they are. The financial aid you applied for is based on need.
I don't get it. I need this money.
You have a job. You have a scholarship.
I have a job, but it's only part-time. I barely have enough time to make the money I do and keep up with school. Without aid, I can't pay the bills, and if I have to go back to full-time, then school goes out the window.
What about that scholarship?
I don't have a scholarship.
Why did you put down that you did then?
Well, I saw a space on the form for scholarships. I thought I had to list anything I'd gotten like that, but that was 10 years ago, from when I went to college the first time. That was based on academic performance, and my grades back then weren't good enough, and I dropped out.
So you don't have any of that money now?
No!
Oh. Well, I'm not sure what you could do to fix that.
Oh, and what's with using the scholarship to lower my cost of attendance and raise my expected contribution? That's like 2 cuts at once.
Those are the new guidelines, I guess.
Oh man, who do I talk to about fixing this?
I don't think there's anyone you can talk to, but I'm not sure. These are just new rules for financial aid. We could try to find someone for you to talk to, but I think what they gave you is all you're going to get.
So I guess I have to drop out again because I'm not rich enough to pay my way, but I'm not needy enough to get help?
You just have to look at merit-based aid. I can give you some things to read about it.
Great. More stuff to read. Congratulations, you've completed this section. Keep up the good work and move on to the next section.